Good morning folks, my name is PK and this is my 2019 Renault Clio 4. I've owned this vehicle for the past 3 years now, and in the past video or two that I've made about it, I may have said a couple of mean things. However, in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the 5 main selling points about this vehicle. The 5 points that actually made me want to own and to buy this vehicle. So stick around. Before we get into the video, I want to share with you guys a little bit of a history that I have with the Renault Clio. The first time I drove this vehicle was in varsity in 2018 and I immediately fell in love with it. At that point, I had no desire to own one because they were still quite expensive, so I didn't think I would ever own one. But when the opportunity came for me to actually buy this in 2020, I jumped for it. And now I'm going to tell you the 5 main things that made me want to opt for this vehicle. Now, the first selling point that made me want to own this car is the boot space. At 1.8 meters, I am a pretty tall chap, but the Renault Clio has got no problem fitting me and my recording equipment all in one space. Also, if you want an extension of the boot space, you are able to actually fold down all of these seats by pressing these buttons here, and you get an extension of the boot space, which makes the vehicle extremely practical, makes it easy for you to actually carry all of those heavy items, moving house, etc. It is a very practical boot. The second selling point in the Renault Clio is the keyless entry and go system. Now, the Clio uses a key fob. It's actually called the Renault key card, and as long as you keep this key card in your pocket and maintain reasonable proximity to the vehicle, you are able to wirelessly lock and unlock the vehicle. Currently, I've got the vehicle locked, and if I want to unlock it, I can just do so by utilizing the rubberized button on this handle here. When I press the button, the vehicle unlocks and the mirrors fold out. If I want to lock the vehicle, I can just press this button again and then the vehicle will actually lock. The action of doing so will be indicated by the folding in of the mirrors. Alternatively, if I have got both my hands busy and I want to lock the vehicle, I can just keep the key fob in my pocket and I can just walk away from the vehicle. The action of walking away from the vehicle will cue the vehicle to lock itself, and how the vehicle locks itself is that the exterior will chime and the mirrors will fold in, and that is how you know the vehicle has actually locked itself. Now, moving on to my third selling point in this vehicle, the selling point that really made me want to own this, and that is all the sensors that this car has got. This car has got light sensors, it's got parking sensors, this vehicle even has got rain sensors. That's right, when it starts to rain, the wipers go on automatically without you having to intervene. When it goes dark, the lights go on for you. When you are parking, the sensors scream at you if you are about to hit something, and that is a very underrated feature, especially in a vehicle of this caliber, a vehicle of this spec in this segment. It's a very amazing feature. It's a very convenient feature to have all of these sensors to actually be in this vehicle. Now, moving on to my fourth selling point in the Renault Clio, and that is the high intensity discharge xenon lamps. Now, Renault uses something called LED pure vision, and they say that these lights are actually 20% brighter than your normal halogen lights, and you can see. Now, unfortunately, it is daytime, so you can't exactly see the brightness of these lights. However, they are very bright. When I put the high beams on at night, they are able to spot objects very far ahead, pedestrians, potholes, animals, you name it really. They are very convenient, they are very nice to actually use, and these xenons, they are actually very strong and they are very high intensity discharge, like Renault says they are. Now, the fifth selling point for me in the Renault Clio is the looks. Now, I understand that Renault does have the latest Clio, the Clio 5 currently in stock, but in my opinion, it does not look as beautiful as this does. I remember when I first laid my eyes on this vehicle, I thought this is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And to this day, I still feel that way. And I'm not saying that because I own one. but I'm saying it because I genuinely feel that this is still the best looking Clio that you can find. Not to mention the glacier white color that contrasts against this beautiful black piano veneer that runs all across the vehicle makes for a very, very beautiful finish. Even without the color, the Clio still looks very beautiful. I mean, this headlamp design, the grille design, the bumper design, when you walk all around the car, like the rim design, there's mirrors, and everything, every aspect of this car has been thoroughly designed, and it still catches your eye to this day. This, by the way, is my first car, and whenever I park it in reverse so that when I walk away, I get the chance to actually look at this beautiful front and I get to admire it. So I think owning this car, it gives you that pleasure, that sensation that this is one of the most beautiful things that I actually own, you see, and you just want to look at it. Even now, like as I'm standing in front of it now, I just want to admire this thing. But the Clio seriously is a looker, and I really would like to see another Clio that is yet to look as beautiful as this one does, because the 5, it does not get to that point as yet. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and that you guys have learned a thing or two about the factors that actually influenced me into buying this vehicle. And be sure to tune in on the next video, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, guys, and cheers.